Using Google Slides, you can create a presentation to use in your classroom. If you are logged into Google, you can click on the waffle, the app launcher, and click on Slides. Alternately, you can also type in slides.google.com in the URL. Both of these will take you to the Google Slides homepage. Here you will see your recent presentations, as well as some templates. We're going to start with a blank presentation. Google Slides is very similar to PowerPoint or Keynote. The first thing you want to do is name your presentation. This is my Dr. Seuss project. You can see that it's automatically saving to your drive. Again, just like Google Docs, there's no way to save under the File menu. Here is your area where you will see thumbnails of your slides. This is your main slide. You may have menus that pop up here. You would simply follow the instructions on screen. So click to add a title. If you want to add a subtitle. If you want to add an extra text box, say perhaps one that contains your name, you can either use the icons in the toolbar and you'll find text box, or you can insert a text box. Simply draw it using your mouse and type in whatever else you need to type. You format your text the same way you would do in Google Docs. You simply highlight it. You can change the font. You can increase the size of the font. You can center the font. Change the color. Again, if it's text, you want to change the color of the text, you simply choose a color. If you want that to be highlighted, you select highlight and then you'll be able to highlight that text. You can reposition it as I just did. You see that red line pops up? That shows you're in the center. If you want to change the theme of your presentation, simply click on Theme. You can scroll through to find a style that you like. If you notice your text looks a little funny, you simply click on the text boxes, pick them up with your mouse, and you can drag things around and reformat them as needed. To insert another slide, there's several things you can do. You can go to Slide, New Slide. Alternately, you can go here, but if you click on the arrow, you can see the different layouts. We have one column text. We also have title with a body, title in 2 columns. I'm going to remove this one by simply clicking on it, right-clicking on it, and delete the slide. Here, I can put the name of a book that I want my students to read. I can highlight that. Under More, you'll see some of your other formatting options. I want a bulleted list. I want to make this font a little larger. Now that I've typed in a few titles, I want to show you some of the other things you can do. Now, I don't want text here. I actually don't want this text box here at all. Once the text box is highlighted, you can click Delete, and the whole thing goes away. This leaves me a blank space so I can put in an image. I go to Insert, Image. I'm going to search the web for Dr. Seuss books. Here's a few suggested books. Once I click on it, I get the check mark and I can click Insert. Once it's here, I can reposition it, and I can also resize. I want to insert another slide. This time I want to make a main point. And in this space, I actually don't want a title, so I'm going to click on that and press Delete on my keyboard. On this slide, I would like to insert a video of a read aloud of Oh, the Places You Will Go. So I'm going to Insert Video. The great thing about Google Slides is you can embed a YouTube video right into the slideshow, so you don't have to have a link that will take them outside of the presentation. Now, I know there is a read aloud on YouTube for Oh, the Places You Will Go, so I just type that in. Once I find the video, I click on it. I've got the blue box around it, and I click Select. This will automatically insert the video right into my presentation. I can reposition it. I can also resize it. You always want to resize from the corners. Notice how I have those red crosshairs? That tells me it's right in the middle of my page. I'm going to add my final slide. I click on the arrow, and since this is a closing one, I click here. Once I've loaded that slide, I type a message, and my slide presentation is done. Other things you can do to your presentation is to change the transition between your slides. Click on a thumbnail of your slide and click Transition. This will allow you to choose a different transition from slide to slide. Be sure to click Apply to all slides. Your presentation is now ready to present. To see what it will look like, simply click Present. As you click through, you can see the transitions, your video.
Oh, the places you'll go.
Clicking Exit will take you back to your presentation to do any editing. You can also insert shapes, lines. Other things you can do include using the Explore tool. The Explore tool is a little different than it is in Google Docs. One of the first things you'll see is that it allows you to choose different layouts based on the slide. So for example, in my slide I have this image and my text. You can see some of the different ways I can view that. As you can see, it's changing here as well as over here, so I can see how it looks. You can also search the web. So you would type in Dr. Seuss, you search the web, images, and again, anything on your Google Drive. So this is interesting because I do have a Google Doc that I did that was based on Dr. Seuss. That's showing as well as my presentation. Using the Share tool is similar to it is in Google Docs. You enter the email address of the people that you want to share it with, and you can set the parameters of how you want them to interact with your doc. Do you want them to edit it, just comment, or view it? If you want to share it with multiple people, you can click Get Shareable Link. You would copy this link. Default is for anyone can view, but you can also change it to anyone with the link can edit or anyone with the link can comment. And those are the basics of Google Slides.